Everything for nothing here.
The falafel, vegetarian.
They're spicy.
Yes. I wanted to try this one. If I don't eat, if I eat this one, maybe I'll eat at the restaurant.
Salad.
See.
Chicken, kebab, c'est bon?
No. Olive.
Olive. Yeah.
Black.
I just want to record it.
Is it nice?
Take this guy. I want this way.
Oh, this is the tea. I don't know. No, another grill. Only fries. It's okay.
Yeah, breakfast, lunch,
Okay.
dinner. Even if they don't have money, they're gonna arrange how to get the money and then they...
Spend it here. Because yesterday I passed through here and
Yeah.
there is a mall in front, right?
Yeah, there's more. The people, go to restaurants too. A lot of here of fast food.
Yeah.
Built 20 years ago. Great mosque built 20 years ago by the former President Ben Ali. Ben Ali, he wanted to build a mosque here like the former king of Morocco did in Casablanca, with a big mosque of Casablanca. Yeah? But in the Islam, the mosque must not be expensive like these. Very luxurious. Must be very simple. And the money to build a big mosque must go for education and for health.
Mm. 现在我们要进去迦太基的古迹，需要买票，一张票是12元。
Salam alaikum. Have you got Tunisian money?
Yeah, I have.
Oh. By the French. And dedicated to the memory of Saint Louis or Saint Louis. He was died here because of the plague. Trying to do the 8th Crusade. And when the French occupied the country at the end of the 19th century, in the world today there are 65 cities or towns with the same name, Carthage or Cartagena.
So in this area is the first place to be found. Oh, and this part is built from Rome, and here is
This is Roman. And this is pre-Roman Phoenician, we call it. That Phoenician, yeah?
Phoenician.
Phoenicians were sea navigators and traders who came from Lebanon.
所以中间这边就是地中海，然后看下去就是突尼西亚的首都。This is Neroli tree. 刚刚导游跟我说，这种柑橘呢，就是作为精油，比方说现在很多大牌子知道的一些香氛啊、精油的原料。是圣路易的墓碑，但是这里面其实并没有任何的遗骸，这样讲吗？这只是一个表象而已。基本上他的身体被分散在世界各地，比如说他的心脏被埋葬在罗马，然后他身体被埋葬在西西里岛。对，现在要去 Amphitheatre。السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام مرحبا بك.
To be in the shade, the amphitheater has what we call the arena. The arena is the fight place, yeah? The fight place, the round one, yeah?
Yeah.
And above it is the cavea, the spectator room, which disappeared. We don't see anymore. No more levels, no more, stories. All these stones were used by the Ottomans in the 17th century to build the bridges and fortresses. in the north part of the country. Century beginning of the 3rd century AD, yeah? And it could seat 27,000 spectators, the one here. The one of Belgium, 38,000.
Okay.
38.
So
Rome,
it's a bit smaller.
Rome, 45,000. Yes. Covered with marble. Marble?
Marble.
Come and see. The marble here.
Oh,
All this was with marble. That means slippery, you know?
slippery.
You cannot climb.
Mm.
When you like to flee, the beast is behind you. And the gladiator, you are a gladiator, you don't have any weapons anymore. You cannot kill the beast, the animal. So you want to flee, to jump, or to
So
climb.
it's impossible.
You cannot because it's impossible, yeah? The gladiator is in the middle. He doesn't know from which door the beast is coming, the wild animal.
Okay.
It's the moment of fear and scare. The small building in the middle.
Oh.
With the column
Okay. So
is a
disappeared
small
already.
chapel, like a church, small chapel. But it has nothing to do with the Roman amphitheater. It was built by the French and in the 19th century because in this arena, in this amphitheater, 2 ladies were killed by the Romans because they tried to say we are Christians. And the Christianity at the Roman time was not allowed,
Yeah.
was not permitted, because the Romans were polytheists, believing in many gods. And when someone wants to say I'm Christian, he's persecuted by Rome. So the 2 ladies who tried to say we are Christians were thrown to the wild animals by the Romans to be persecuted here. That was on March the 7th, 203, 3rd century AD. And that's why they built the French when they came here, the church chapel, to commemorate this tragic event. Okay? And they used to do until 1964, when the cathedral was opened, the procession to the chapel, from the church to the chapel, yeah, to commemorate the day, March the 7th.
So they're not checking?
Until the 4th century BC. Children were sacrificed here, were buried after being sacrificed during periods of great national disaster. And these children were called the Malach.
Malach.
Malach. They were sacrificed to the god Baal. And it was between the 7th and the 4th century BC. So these tombs are 2,700 years old, 2,500 years old. Can you imagine? We call this cemetery the Tophet. And the children were killed, not killed, they were sacrificed, burned to ashes as stillborn children. Stillborn, born dead. Okay?
Oh, 人超多的。Can we go from here? Okay.
You have the ticket?
Yes.
Salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you.
لبس عليك
Because
حاجة
brother who was born 1 year later. And where you find many nice trees like the pepper tree, the tamarisk tree, the mulberry. You know the mulberry?
This one?
We call it in Arabic tut, yeah?
Tut.
Some small fruits, yeah? That we call tut. And were made up at the Roman time of a ground floor and the ground floor where slaves used to work, and the ground one, which is the one here, the model. Can you see? Above it was the caldarium, hot water room. Etuve, steam rooms. Districtarium, many rooms, in the upper floor. Districtarium, exfoliation room.
Oh.
Tepidarium, tepid water. Frigidarium, cold water. Palestra is a sport hall in the open where people could do their practice their favorite sport. It was wrestling, to sweat, to take a bath. Gym, like Palestra, but this is covered. This was a swimming pool, directly on the sea. Yeah? The people they finish with, and they were for men or women, yeah.
So
Not
they're
both
separated.
at the same time, separate.
Oh.
Yeah. It's supporting the ceiling of the frigidarium, the cold water room. Every column is 50 meters high, crowned by a capital of marble, and missing here are the vaults. You see? This is behind the wall, the presidential palace.
Presidential Palace.
Yes, that's where the president is. He works and lives in the same palace.
So the hot water is above of this one, right? You said.
So here where the slaves were
Okay.
working, heating the water
Heating
and
the water and what's
coming through an aqueduct.
Uh-huh.
But after this, I will show you the aqueduct. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you can take picture of it. You see the marble over there? The marble, yeah. Like here, the green was the we call it Cipollino marble from Greece, Greek marble. Yeah. Have a look at those marbles.
现在要去最后一个点 the theater.
The theater, yeah.
Yeah.
The theater built in the 2nd century AD. Yes. Yeah. Okay. The amphitheater was for fights between gladiators and wild animals. He was for mimes, pantomimes, tragedies, comedies, and today for music concerts. But I mean, at the Roman time, were more mimes, pantomimes, tragedies. Assalamu alaikum.
Hi. شكرا.
And the theater at the Roman time could seat 15,000 people, spectators, but now maximum 9,000.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the festival was last week, it ended last week, yeah? Sometimes they still organize occasionally, maybe. Yeah, that's why these chairs are still there. I imagine maybe yesterday or the day before was a show. The people, they sit here, that's what we call the cavea. And when you pay less, you sit in the top. And here for the orchestra, for the rich people. On chairs, they sit on chairs that you can remove. And the stage, the same.